Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about what I would do with the next Star Wars movie. As you can see, this is the Star Wars timeline that is really what happened so far, and you can see the next one in the order is the new Jedi Order, which is what I will be talking about today. As you all know, the Rise of Skywalker ended with Rey defeating Palpatine, her father, but now she's going to rebuild the page. Explains from Screen Rant that basically it's going to be talking about Daisy Ridley or Rey creating or rebuilding the Jedi Order. There's no specific date that this will come out, but you could hope for 2026 or 2027. Director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, in my opinion, is going in the right direction because she's talking about the rebuilding of the Jedi Order, which is a great concept. But I think they could do a little bit of a twist with it to get the audience captivated. Now, I have no clue what they're going to do with this movie, but I would suggest that they make a big twist, like Rey turning to the dark side. As most of you would know, Rey is actually Palpatine's daughter. And, Palpatine is pure evil, which you think could get passed down to Rey, which would be an easy path to Rey becoming a Sith. Now, as you can see from Wikipedia, there's such thing as the rule of two, which is basically there should be one Sith master and one Sith apprentice. The Sith apprentice to crave the power, and the Sith master to show the power. There should be a chunk coming up which I would really like to focus on, as it basically says the Sith master will rule until the Sith apprentice will kill the Sith master to take the power and take on their own apprentice. You could say this has already happened when Rey in Rise of Skywalker killed Palpatine, which would be a very easy way to tie in her becoming a Sith. Talked on this at the start of the video, but as you know, Rey is Palpatine's daughter. And basically what I would think is she would inherit some evil from him. That's just very evident if you could ask me. And so I think over time she could slowly devolve to a Sith, and Finn, who would be her apprentice or her Padawan, would be questioning her over time because, she's falling to the dark side because she can't control the inner Sith of her, which would be very good plot idea for this next movie. And I think it would really catch the audience off guard because they wouldn't be expecting the character that Star Wars has built up for the 3 movies. And yes, many people don't like Rey as a character, but they could change that a lot by making her a Sith, which would catch the audience off guard, which is really what you want to do. You don't want the audience to know your next move. Catch the audience off guard, and then they would be captivated because they're okay, what are they going to do about that? And I think they could start a new whole Jedi Sith war as the other Padawans and Knights of the Order start thinking, well, Rey is so divine and powerful. She defeated Palpatine, the biggest villain of all time. They would probably follow her. So then you have Finn leading the light side and Rey leading the dark side, and then could clash, and it would just be a really good movie, in my opinion. They could build it up even more, and it would be an actual struggle instead of just Rey having struggling building the Jedi Order. Instead, she's struggling with the Sith inside her, and the Jedi are trying to stop her from destroying the Jedi Order and becoming a Sith master and ruling the world or the universe. And as we know, that flashback with Sith Rey showed that she does have evil in her. It came from Palpatine, which is like very evident. There's no like plot holes or anything. I think it all connects into one good story, which would be very good. It is very clear that Rey in the sequels is not a very good character, but they could change that around just like they did with Anakin in Revenge of the Sith compared to Attack of the Clones. In Attack of the Clones, he was like kind of like not just basically not a good character in many ways. Especially the dialogue, which is the biggest hate for that movie. But they changed him around so good. They made him like actually like emotional and stuff, and it really, really helped the character. I think they could do that very well with Rey, and I think Daisy Ridley has the capability of doing that. I mean, she is a good actor, and I know she could make this character like very famous and very well written and acted or whatever. Acted, that's it. But I think that would turn around Star Wars, especially because Disney is not getting a little flack for not, well, building Star Wars as they could. And they didn't really follow George Lucas's idea of how the next Star Wars sequel should go, which is what the fans really wanted. So they kind of messed it up there, and you can't just go back and delete it. I mean, you could reboot it, and it might be better. I mean, maybe that's an idea for them, but they're kind of running out of time. All the actors that like Henry Ford, he can't really act out anymore in the rebooted sequels. So I think this is the next best idea. It's like they could have a little bit of like a modern day Sith Jedi war, which they could end very well on, because then they start a cycle again, and then it's like but this time they realize it's not gonna go their way, as like the Fall of the Jedi in the timeline earlier, it shows that like the Fall of the Jedi, and like they didn't think that could possibly happen, but now it's like you learn your mistakes and you fix them. But there could be like a really good, they could introduce a lot new more Jedi, and like I think it'd just be so good and tie everything together. Now I'm not saying I'm a good director or a good writer in any way, but this is just like my ideas as a Star Wars fan. I mean, my whole life I've loved Star Wars, and so I think this is how you could really turn it around with all like the criticism it's been getting from the fans. And I think this would change the fans' minds, because I mean, now Rey's an actually good character. I think she could struggle a bit more than she did, because she's Rey as a character is well known for like not having any trials or failures. But she could have she could be difficult, and maybe in the end she delivers balance just like Anakin. I mean, she could be very similar to Anakin, and it would be such a great idea in my opinion. I mean, that's just my idea. As a Star Wars fan, I think this could be a really good idea. If anybody wants to add on to this idea, that would be great, because I know I'm not fully perfect, but I think this is a good direction for Disney to head in. And I know like Disney, they want money to keep putting out shows and get more money, but maybe it could be a little less about the money and maybe create a very good story, just like George Lucas. I think they should invite George Lucas back on to like direct it out, because I know he's a good director and he can really fix this. And George Lucas is like the last savior for Star Wars. He's the creator, and he's the savior. He's gonna fix Star Wars if they let him back on. I know Dave Filoni's like listens to George Lucas, which is really good. Dave Filoni is very important, which he could be maybe invited to do a little bit. But I hope I forgot her name, the director. I hope she sees this video and can maybe put this in, because I think it's a really good plot. And I mean, it's almost like every Star Wars fan base, or the Star Wars fan base, will never see this coming, and it could combine all the people who like Star Wars like the original, the older generation who likes the original series, like if you bring George Lucas back on, they're really gonna like it. The prequels, you're basically building like another Anakin character, so they're gonna like it, and it's got Rey, which means the sequels fans are gonna like it as well, which combine the Star Wars fan base instead of divide it like they've been doing recently. Now, I know at first Star Wars fans are not going to like it. I mean, they kind of have lost their trust in Disney because, they fumbled the bag with Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is such a good character, but they really messed him up. I don't know. He might come back. That might be a good decision. That might be a bad decision with, Ahsoka and how everybody doesn't die. It's kind of crazy. But, if they could create another character like Kylo Ren and just like for a Rey's apprentice, you just gotta be cold-blooded. I want somebody who's just evil. Like, I want somebody who's not like pure evil though. I don't want him like Palpatine, but I want him to be like they don't care. Like a Boba Fett type character. What they should have done with the Boba Fett series, just make Boba Fett like not crazy, but like just cold-blooded, pretty much. Like he can kill. He doesn't spare anyone. He has no mercy for anybody. Like he just does what he wants. And I think that they could do that with another character like that. And I think Finn could be like a Mace Windu type character, but then like not fully Mace Windu because he's still gonna like he really cares for his friends. So then he of course won't be fully Mace Windu. But that would be nice to see him use his anchor. And I think Finn could be the next like great Star Wars character because I know they messed up with him as well. But it would just be really it would in total I think this would just be a great idea to me. Of course I'm the one who made it, but I think Disney and Star Wars in general could just really fix that. Like listen to Star Wars fans like Star Wars Theory and all these people who really know Star Wars. They know what they want instead of the people who make what they want, like the one person who makes what they want and then everybody else doesn't like it. But those are just my thoughts. Make sure to like and subscribe so more people can see this video. I'd like to expand my channel a little bit more. I know I haven't been uploading recently. I guess I didn't feel like it, which I should get a better work ethic. But, I think that there could be something really beautiful made from this idea. And I hope people, listen to it and I guess get inspired by it. That's my end goal. But thanks for watching this video. It's pretty long, but bye.